Hello, my name is Felipe Ferreira and this is my speech about genetic engineering and why you should support it. Imagine going back in the past 100 years, for example, and telling a random person that machines would control almost everything in the world, ranging from the global economy, from influencing our decisions on what to buy, what to see, and even arranging our dates. That person would probably laugh from us and tell me like, boy, you are just dreaming and all of this is just science fiction and it's never gonna really happen. Well, if that person came to nowadays, surely he or her would see that computers and smartphones control almost all features of the world, ranging from the global economy to arranging our dates, right? And what if I tell you now that in the future, genetic engineering will cure almost all diseases, will help us to face all the energetic challenges, will help us to explore the space and even design our bodies and design our babies. You would tell me that it's just science fiction or a distant dream. Well, surely it's science, but it's not fiction. Not anymore. And all this stuff, it's really happening right now. As Jamie Metsu, a member of the Atlantic Council, which is an international forum for discussing important issues and urgent issues, said, the genetics revolution isn't just coming, it's already here. In that sense, all this stuff is happening. And you might be thinking, well, okay, maybe all this stuff is happening, but what do I, a college student, have to do with it? It's happening and it's none of my business. Well, that's where I enter. I'm here to convince you all that this stuff will directly impact you. And you guys shouldn't be afraid. You guys should, all of us should support it because it will help to advance society as we know. Okay, but before I explain why you guys should support it and the wonderfuls and all the different dreams we have about this technology, I need to explain that all this stuff is really happening nowadays, all these changes. Genetic modifications are becoming more and more common as we speak. GMOs, modified food, are a fundamental piece of society already. If it wasn't for GMOs, most of people would be hungry, and we already started to modify different living systems than plants. The first modified animal was a mice that had some of its DNA altered to prevent some tumors on research by Rudolf Jenisch, an MIT biologist. We have even created the first genetically modified embryo. The researcher He Jiankui modified a trait that would give that embryo ability to resist possible future infection with HIV. But this experiment was not ethical and there was a lot of different controversies about it, so it was shut down. But the point is that everything is really happening, and therefore it's more than clear that all this stuff is happening right now. And there are two major points that I will use to convince you guys that you should support this technology. The first main point is that us as college students should always seek and support the search for knowledge and new technologies if done in ethical ways. A college is a place where we should always think critically and be curious. As genetic technologies improves, our understanding about genes and the complexity of the human being always improve, and the knowledge of ourselves improves as a whole. Surely some technologies can harm a lot of people, such as happened with nuclear bombs, but if we stop to think, the technology by itself never hurts the people, it's us that hurts the people. Let's take the nuclear bombs for example. The nuclear bombs, it's a useful tool for humanity. Nuclear bombs, for example, can be used for preventing an asteroid collision with Earth. That is what a study by scientists at Los Alamos National Laboratory showed using a computer simulator. Therefore, the same applies to genetic engineering. While it could potentially create a super army of superpowered alienated soldiers that are loyal to a dictator, it can also save us from deadly future pandemics. If we continue investing in those technologies, pandemics such as the coronavirus 19 could possibly not exist anymore. And I could give you guys this speech in person right now. And that is the second main point, curing diseases. A lot of people have diseases that change just a single letter in our 3 billion letter DNA. Those type of diseases can range from hardly annoying, such as color blindness, to deadly, such as cystic fibrosis. And I ask you guys, shouldn't we do everything in our hands to possibly save those people? If you think it would save just those hyper rare diseases that happen once in a lifetime, you guys are totally wrong, because it could even save us from our worst diseases such as cancer. For example, as the physicist of the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia stated, gene editing could eliminate some vulnerabilities to cancer and the body's immune system. 9.6 million people died from cancer just in 2017, according to our worlding data. Once again, I ask you, shouldn't we try everything in our hands to save those people? As we have the future the future of the world in our hands as the future generation, shouldn't we do everything to make their world better? I think yes, and you probably agree with me. Or should we be blinded by tradition and leave a lot of humans to suffer, and including possibly our future family and ourselves? If saving people is not enough, genetic engineering can actually also save the world. An experiment led by Ron Milo, a professor of Miami University, engineered a bacteria that converted CO2 in energy for the bacteria while generating biomass that can be used for biofuel. In that sense, genetic engineering could be the answer to even global warming. All of this wonderful stuff is happening with just a first generation tool. It's like those supercomputers that occupied almost the space of a room or a house and could just do simple calculations. In that sense, college students should do everything that we can to support this technology, since we are going to be the most impacted by it. Maybe we can experience society without cancer. Maybe we'll be able to do longer space travels if we design our bodies to do so. Or maybe even we can occupy other planets if we design our bodies to support the conditions. With genetic engineering, the possibilities are endless, and you and I will surely see the amazing results that it will make. Thank you.